Hey guys, it's me, Chi Chi. Long time no see. I'm just got out of school. Well, I haven't graduated yet, but I just got out of school, finished my sophomore year in college, and now I'm on summer break. And as many of you all may know, last semester of my fall year, I was in Nicaragua for study abroad. And as many of you may know, I was there for 4 months, and I actually made a couple of videos while I was there. Now, this video today is mainly to, let's say, talk to students about studying abroad. I know studying abroad is for many, a very huge part of the college experience. And I know a lot of students my age see study abroad as something that's bound to happen in their college experience. And so I wanted to talk to you guys today about studying abroad. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was getting prepared. Okay, so many of you all may think that, I can't do this. I don't know what to do, how I'm going to prepare myself. I'm going to a country that doesn't speak my own language. What am I going to do? I only have, this amount of time to prepare myself. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? For me, when I first went abroad, and for many of you may not know that was not my first time being abroad. I had gone to Europe as a part of People to People, which is a student ambassadors program. And I went there before 8th grade. So that wasn't something new to me, but I also still had the same kind of doubts and fears. And so you can't really prepare yourself. I mean, you go there with an open mind. You go there as you are. You can't really change yourself before that experience. And so all you can really do is just expect yourself to be changed in the experience when you actually go, instead of feeling like you have to change yourself and make yourself a different person before the experience. In terms of language, it depends on the program. My program was based on learning Spanish language. And so many of the classes we took and many of the experiences we had were based around learning Spanish. And so for me, what I really did was, touched up on basic terms. I'd already had a few years of Spanish, not consecutively because I was on and off with Spanish. And I already knew, how to say certain things. But just like, reading up on the culture, you want to go there with a little bit of knowledge of where you're going. You don't want to just go there without having any idea of the country. And that's fine if you don't know a lot, but just reading up a little bit is fine. Make sure you read up on the country, get a little bit of knowledge about the language, the customs, the culture. You don't have to know a lot because you're going to learn that while you're there. That's the whole point of the experience. And also get yourself prepared a little bit for words. But in terms of who you are, your personality, your habits, whatever you feel that is inside of you, you don't need to change that because that will change while you're there, but you don't need to change it before. Second thing that I think every study abroad student needs to know, culture shock. Culture shock is bound to happen. I will just say that now. I don't know if it depends on the program, like I said before, but if before your program they have a discussion about culture shock, which my program did, we got to understand how it comes to be, what types of culture shock we experience, what things we will see, what we won't agree with, what we will agree with. So the best thing to do when dealing with culture shock is not to make any judgments. Judgments just create an environment where you cannot learn and be open. And if you're just like, oh, why do they do that in this country? Like, I hate that. Why do they do that? Like, if you just have that negative attitude, you're not going to learn, you're not going to grow, and you're not going to be an open person. When I went there, I had culture shock, of course, in terms of how the men and the women interacted, or how the men interacted with the women. And that wasn't really something that I really liked. But instead of, judging it, because it wasn't my culture to judge, I was there as an observer. I just, thought critically about, why this is, talk to people, my teachers, about why this was or how long it's existed, and you know, just observe it and just like critically think about it instead of being negative towards it, feeling like, you know, your culture is better than theirs. Even if you may feel like that, there's no one to judge that, and there's no way to judge whose culture is better or more appropriate or has more morals than another, because we're pretty much living in two different worlds. So culture shock is something that's going to happen, so you just need to make sure that you are going there with an open mind, not closed mind. And yeah, that's all. Third thing study abroad students need to know. You're going to miss your family. It depends on the program whether or not you're going to have internet connection, you know, phone connection, whatever. When I was at in my program, internet, I had to walk about a mile to get to internet. My family didn't have Wi-Fi, so I had to walk, you know, to a certain spot, like a internet cafe, which was fine. And the internet wasn't that great, you know, third world internet, so it wasn't very fast, or it was hard to connect sometimes. And I'm also in a I was also in a relationship, which I still am in today. But that was also difficult. You also had to pay for, you know, phone access, international calling, and which I did, but I didn't. My funds were kind of limited because the program gave us money to call, and it was mainly money to call within the country, not outside the country. The best way to deal with that is to not freak out and know that you will be talking to your family soon. You need to be patient, because patience is the only thing that's going to get you through. Okay, the color changed. Patience is the only thing that's going to get you through what you need to get through, because that is what lets you know that things are going to change in the end. Everything's going to be fine. I'm going to be able to talk to my mom, my dad, my boyfriend, my best friend. I just need to, you know, be focused in the moment. And when I was there, I didn't really know what was going on in America. Like, I was so focused in the moment, and me being in Nicaragua, that I didn't really, I don't know, it's just easier for me to deal with not being connected to the world that I'm from. And I don't know, it just wasn't that hard for me. So yeah, just be patient. Know that everything's going to be fine. You're going to have someone to talk to soon. And yeah. So guys, I hope that really works for you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. And make sure you subscribe and like this video. So I can continue to give you guys experience, help with my experience, so I can continue to give you guys advice about being a student, about going abroad, about living with different cultures. And yeah, see you guys later.